কানে বাজে এখনো পুরনো সে পিয়ানোর ঝংকার।
Flying to Hyderabad.
সারি বেঁধে দাঁড়িয়ে 100 মাইলের গানটা।
Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the capital and largest city of the Indian state of Telangana. It occupies 650 square kilometers on the Deccan Plateau along the banks of the Musi River in the northern part of southern India. With an average altitude of 542 meters, much of Hyderabad is situated on hilly terrain around artificial lakes, including the Hussain Sagar Lake, predating the city's founding in the north of the city centre. According to the 2011 census of India, Hyderabad is the fourth most populous city in India with a population of 6.9 million residents within the city limits and has a population of 9.7 million residents in the metropolitan region, making it the sixth most populous metropolitan area in India. With an output of US $74 billion, Hyderabad has the fifth largest urban economy in India.
আজ ভ্রমর ভোলে মধু খেতে উড়ে বেড়ায় আলোয় মেতে। আজ কিসের তরে নদীর চরে চোখা চোখির মেলা। নীল আকাশে কে ভাসালে সাদা মেঘের ভেলা রে ভাই লুকোচুরি খেলা। আজ ধানের খেতে রৌদ্র ছায়ায় লুকোচুরি খেলা রে ভাই লুকোচুরি খেলা।
Until the 19th century, Hyderabad was known for the pearl industry and was nicknamed the City of Pearls, and was the only trading center for Golconda diamonds in the world. Many of the city's historical and traditional bazaar remain open. Hyderabad's central location between the Deccan Plateau and the Western Ghats and industrialization throughout the 20th century attracted major Indian research, manufacturing, educational and financial institutions. Since the 1990s, the city has emerged as an Indian hub of pharmaceuticals and biotechnology. The formation of the special economic zones of Hardware Park and High-Tech City dedicated to information technology has encouraged leading multinationals to set up operations in Hyderabad.
যাবো না আজ ঘরে
तेरी राहत के जाने कैसा कैसा हो।
Charminar Market. Under the swelter of Hyderabad heat, several vendors have pushed up tents. The space is so tight, even the sounds are choked together. The elephant thump of evening footsteps, the clink of bangles heavy on T-shaped poles, the snap of metal-first purses tugged off threadbare hooks. Only the hawkers have loaded their pitch to fight through the noise. This is Charminar Market, a weekly hash of pop-up stalls scrunched next to long-term street-side sellers. Officially, Charminar Market is open every day from 11 am to 11 pm, but time serves person-by-person cases in India. A few shops open up just past 6 am, others punch in close past midnight. For the quietest experience, it is recommended that you visit in the morning, and if you are prepared to take Charminar by the bull's horns, hit up the Sunday night market or slide in just past 5 pm. So what you will find in Charminar Bazaar? Primed up wedding dresses and veils, hand embroidered clothes, hot pink and lipstick red bangles, good china if you dig enough, pearls, some dupes, some gems. The sea of visitors cut little gullies for sailors cutting out custom strapped sandals and bright cotton scarves. A few merchants offer dabs of itar, a sweet perfume that cools under notes of sandalwood and jasmine. The stalls eventually connect to Lard Bazaar or Chudi Bazaar, a pipeline of bangle shops. Lard is another one of Hyderabad's many street markets. But I must say, Charminar Market was a damn good experience.
కడుపులో దాచుకున్న మహాగర్వం హైదరాబాద్ సకల సంస్కృతుల సమ్మేళనం సర్వ మతాలకు దేవాలయం వందలేళ్ల చరితకు దర్పణం.
The world famous Paradise brand has its origins in a small canteen and a cafe in a cinema theatre called Paradise in Secunderabad in the year 1953. A small 100-seater restaurant started serving typical Hyderabadi cuisine like biryani etc. from early 60s. The cafe also used to sell general food items to the people as a one-stop food store. In 1978, Mr. A. Hemati took complete charge of the restaurant from his father and uncle and set about renovating the restaurant to suit the changing social trends and the evolving food habits of people in India. In 1983, an air-cooled multi-cuisine restaurant called Paradise Percy's Family Restaurant and the highly popular Paradise Takeaway came up at Secunderabad. In 1987, the Paradise Theatre and consequently the canteen was closed, but the cafe and restaurant continued its operations. In 1996, Paradise underwent a major restructuring, renovation and modernization program. It expanded both vertically and horizontally. In 2006, the entire operations were computerized and technology upgradations have been continuously happening since then. In 2016, a management team comprising experienced professionals were appointed to execute the aggressive growth plan. Paradise expanded its operations by moving into Bengaluru, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada and Gurugram, besides expanding its presence in Hyderabad. More outlets are being planned in the above cities and an aggressive nationwide expansion plan, including a foray into international markets, is also underway.
And when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way.
We visited Paradise Biryani main branch in Secunderabad. We had biryani and kebab, and I swear, it is the best I ever have in my life.
আহা পথের প্রান্তে ওই সুদূর গায়ে যেথা সময় থমকে থামে বটের ছায়, যেথা সন্ধ্যা দ্বীপ জালে তারার টিপ, কত ফুলের গন্ধে মোর মন মাতায়। হায় কোন সুদূর সেই স্বপ্নপুর, মোর মন যে গায় ঘরে ফেরার সুর, মোর পথ চেয়ে আজ সেই মেয়ে বুঝি স্বপ্ন জাল বনে গান গে
Down at the market you can hear ladies crying out while on their heads they bear accurate saltfish.
The Qutub Shahi tombs are located in the Ibrahim Bagh, close to the famous Golconda Fort in Hyderabad, India. They contain the tombs and mosques built by the various kings of the Qutub Shahi dynasty. The galleries of the smaller tombs are of a single story, while the larger ones are two-storied. In the center of each tomb is a sarcophagus which overlies the actual burial vault in a crypt below. The domes were originally overlaid with blue and green tiles, of which only a few pieces now remain. The complex was put by UNESCO on its tentative list to become a World Heritage Site in 2014 with others in the region under the name Monuments and Forts of the Deccan Sultanate.
Sounds of laughter everywhere and the dancing girl swings to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. But I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around.
During the Qutub Shahi period, these tombs were held in great veneration. But after the reign, the tombs were neglected until Sir Salar Jung III ordered their restoration in the early 90th century. A garden was laid out and a compound wall was built. Once again, the tomb garden of the Qutub Shahi family became a place of serene beauty. All except the last of the Qutub Shahi sultans lie buried here. In modern times, the Telangana State Archaeology and Museums Department, in collaboration with the Aga Khan Trust for Culture, has restored the tombs. The restoration work started in 2013 and was unveiled by the US Ambassador to India on 10th March 2020. While restoration work paused due to the COVID-19 pandemic, work has now continued at a slower rate once again.
বুঝি স্বপ্ন জাল বনে গান গে
Golconda Fort is located in the western part of Hyderabad city and is about 9 km from the Hussain Sagar Lake. The outer fort occupies an area of 3 square kilometers, which is 4.8 kilometers in length. It was originally known as Mankal and built on a hilltop in the year 1143. It was originally a mud fort under the reign of Raja of Warangal. Later, it was fortified between 14th and 17th centuries by the Bahmani Sultans and then the ruling Qutub Shahi dynasty. Golconda was the principal capital of the Qutub Shahi kings. The inner fort contains ruins of palaces, mosques, and a hilltop pavilion which rises about 130 meters high and gives a bird's eye view of other buildings. Golconda Fort is undoubtedly one of the most magnificent fortress complexes in India. The history of Golconda Fort goes back to early 13th century when it was ruled by the Kakatiyas followed by Qutub Shahi kings who ruled the region in 16th and 17th century. The fortress rests on a granite hill 120 meters high while huge crenellated ramparts surround the structure. It was initially called Shepherd's Hill, meaning Golakonda in Telugu, while according to legend, on this rocky hill, a shepherd boy had come across an idol and the information was conveyed to the ruling Kakatiya king at that time. The king constructed a mud fort around this holy spot, and after 200 years, Bahamani rulers took possession of the place. Later, the Qutub Shahi kings converted this into a massive granite fort extending 5 km in circumference. The fort is considered a mute witness to historic events. The Qutub Shahi's reign at Golconda ended in 1687 when it was run over by Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, who intentionally left it in ruins. Golconda still boasts of mounted cannons, 4 drawbridges, 8 gateways, and majestic halls, magazines, stables, etc. The outermost enclosure is called Fateh Darwaza, meaning victory gate, after Aurangzeb's army marched successfully through this gate. At Fateh Darwaza, one can witness fantastic acoustical effects, which is one among the many famous engineering marvels at Golconda. This region was also known for diamonds. The region has produced some of the world's most famous diamonds, including the colorless Kohinoor. Other significant diamonds are Hope, that is currently with United States, the pink Darya-i-Noor, that is with Iran now. The complex was put by UNESCO on its tentative list to become a World Heritage Site in 2014 with others in the region under the name Monuments and Forts of the Deccan Sultanate. Golconda Fort is brilliant engineering. I recommend you to visit there while you are in Hyderabad.
चार चराग तेरा बनन हमेशा चार चराग तेरा बनन हमेशा पंजमा में बालन आयो बाला झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन ओ झूले लालन ओ झूले
The Salarjung Museum is an art museum located at Darul Sifa on the southern bank of the Musi River in the city of Hyderabad. It is one of the notable national museums of India. Originally a private art collection of the Salarjung family, it was endowed to the nation after the death of Salarjung III. It was inaugurated on 16th December 1951. It has a collection of sculptures, paintings, carvings, textiles, manuscripts, ceramics, metallic artifacts, carpets, clocks, and furniture from Japan, China, Burma, Nepal, India, Persia, Egypt, Europe, and North America. It is one of the largest museums in the world. A nobleman of the Salarjung family of Hyderabad, Nawab Mir Yusuf Ali Khan, Salarjung III, served as Prime Minister of Hyderabad during the Nizam's rule. He spent a substantial amount of his income over a period of 35 years collecting artifacts from all across the world.
मस्त कलंदर कलंदर हक दमादम मस्त 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 कलंदर
After Nawab Mir Yusuf Ali, Salar Jung III, died in 1949, the collections were left behind in his ancestral palace Diwan Devdi. The collection was formerly exhibited there as a private museum named Salar Jung Museum, which was inaugurated by Jawaharlal Nehru on 16 December 1951. In 1968, the museum shifted to its present location at Darul Sifa and is administered by a board of trustees with the governor of Telangana as ex officio chairperson under the Salar Jung Museum Act of 1961. Some more art pieces were lost or stolen during the shifting of the museum from Diwan Devdi to the present site. In 2003, the museum signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Mission for Manuscripts and was declared a manuscript conservation center. In 2006, a fire broke out in an auditorium in the museum premises. However, it was quickly extinguished and none of the artifacts were damaged. After the incident, fire safety facilities were upgraded. The museum building, semicircular in shape with 38 galleries spread on 2 floors, displays only a part of original collection. The ground floor has 20 galleries and the first floor has 18 galleries. The exhibits on different subjects are displayed in separate galleries. Each gallery is huge and has many artifacts on display, including ones dating back to the 4th century. Apart from the galleries, there is a reference library, a reading room, publication and education section, chemical conservation lab, sales counter, cafeteria, etc. So, it is a must-go place in Hyderabad. Chou Mahalla Palace or Chou Mahallat is the palace of the Nizams of Hyderabad state in Hyderabad, India. It was a seat of the Asaf Jahi dynasty and was the official residence of the Nizams of Hyderabad while they ruled their state. The palace was built by Nizam Salabat Jung and remains the property of the Nizam. Some members of the Hyderabadi Nizam family have wed here. The word char or chahar and its variation chow means 4 and the word mahal means palace in Urdu or Hindi and even in Persian. All ceremonial functions, including the accession of the Nizams and receptions for the Governor General, were held at this place. The UNESCO Asia Pacific Merit Award for Cultural Heritage Conservation was presented to Chowmahalla Palace on 15th March 2010. UNESCO representative Takahiko Makino formally handed over the plaque and certificate to Princess Esra, former wife and GPA holder of Prince Mukarram Jah Bahadur. When you go to the history, while Salabat Jung initiated its construction in 1750, it was completed by the period of Afjal ad-Dawla, Asaf Jah V, between 1857 and 1869. The palace is unique for its style and elegance. Construction of the palace began in the late 18th century, and over the decades a synthesis of many architectural styles and influences emerged. The palace consists of 2 courtyards as well as the grand khilwat, fountains and gardens. Khilwat means Darbar Hall. The palace originally covered 45 acres, but only 12 acres remain today. The palace was restored between 2005 and 2010 under the patronage of Princess Esra. The Charminar is a mosque and monument located in Hyderabad, Telangana. Constructed in 1591, the landmark is a symbol of Hyderabad and officially incorporated in the emblem of Telangana. The Charminar's long history includes the existence of a mosque on its top floor for more than 425 years. While both historically and religiously significant, it is also known for its popular and busy local markets surrounding the structure and has become one of the most frequented tourist attractions in Hyderabad. Charminar is also a site of numerous festival celebrations such as Eid-ul-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, as it is adjacent to the city's main mosque, the Makkah Masjid. The Charminar is situated on the east bank of Musi River. To the west lies the Lad Bazar and to the southwest lies the richly ornamented granite Makkah Masjid. It is listed as an archaeological and architectural treasure on the official list of monuments prepared by the Archaeological Survey of India. The English name is a translation and combination of the Urdu words Char and Minar, 4 pillars. Hussain Sagar Lake is a heart-shaped lake in Hyderabad, Telangana, built by Ibrahim Kuli Qutub Shah in 1563. It is spread across an area of 5.7 square kilometers and is fed by the river Musi. A large monolithic statue of the Gautam Buddha, erected in 1992, stands on Gibraltar Rock in the middle of the lake. It also separates the city center of Hyderabad from its neighborhood, Secunderabad. The maximum depth of the lake is 32 feet. Hussain Sagar was built across a tributary of the Musi River in 1563 by Ibrahim Quli Qutub Shah, as I already told. The lake was named after Hussain Shah Wali, who was the master of architecture in the kingdom. It is an artificial lake that holds water perennially fed by canals from Musi River. Hussain Sagar was the main source of water supply to Hyderabad before Himayat Sagar and Osman Sagar were built on River Musi. The Buddha statue was chiseled out of a white granite rock weighing 450 tons. It was carved by 200 sculptors for 2 years. The statue was transported to Hyderabad in November 1988. After initial problems, the statue was erected on 12th April 1992 on a red lotus pedestal. Lumbini Park is an urban park of 7.5 acres adjacent to Hussain Sagar. It was constructed at a cost of INR 2.35 crores on 5 acres of land as a part of the Buddha Purnima project. It has various attractions such as leisure auditorium, boating facilities and musical fountains. It is also a must-go while you are in Hyderabad. কেমন লাগছে হায়দ্রাবাদ?
বিরিয়ানি and Nizam both are too good.
चेहरा एक फूल की तरह शादाब है, चेहरा उसका है या कोई माताब है, चेहरा जैसे